Welcome to CBS This Morning. Gayle's off for the holiday. We're glad to have Jerika Duncan with us. Jerika, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
We begin today with breaking news overnight on the coronavirus outbreak. 2 charter jets full of Americans held for nearly 2 weeks aboard a cruise ship landed in the U.S. early this morning. 14 of those passengers have tested positive for the illness. Their arrival nearly doubles the total number of confirmed cases here in the U.S.
Some 340 people were on the 2 planes from Japan, all of them wearing masks, and they were monitored by health workers in full protective clothing. Debora Patta is in Yokohama, Japan. That's where some Americans are still in quarantine aboard that cruise ship. Deborah, good morning. Do we have any idea how those folks feel?
Good morning. Well, I have to say they're pretty frustrated that they couldn't get onto that plane yesterday that left from Yokohama in Japan. Now, on board, the situation has been deteriorating as infections continue to rise. And while the U.S. has evacuated most of its citizens, some continue to stay here. They're staying put, particularly because they have families still being treated in Tokyo.
For the over 40 Americans left behind in hospitals in Japan, last night's evacuation was tough to bear.
It was kind of devastating not to be able to join them.
Rebecca Frazier from Oregon has been in hospital for nearly 2 weeks with the virus, but has had none of its symptoms. Her husband, who tested negative, is waiting for her on the Diamond Princess. They are worried that they might have to undergo further quarantine in the U.S.
It's a strain mentally, emotionally. We have lives to get back home, and I get that they need to make sure that we're clear. But once we're clear, we need to go home.
Faratu Tunchian and her 71-year-old husband Mohammed are from LA. They were reunited in hospital over the weekend after she tested positive for the virus 6 days after he had been removed from the Diamond Princess with the illness.
I'm doing better than him. He's still fighting the virus, and the virus is a nasty one, as everybody knows. He has fever.
More than 300 Americans were met by U.S. officials wearing hazmat suits who escorted them off the Diamond Princess onto buses that ferried them to Tokyo's Haneda Airport, a process that took hours to complete.
Well, we're exhausted, but we're on the plane, and that's a good feeling. Pretty miserable wearing these masks, though.
In Wuhan, China, the crisis epicenter, another 1,200 military doctors and nurses have arrived to help contain the virus. That's good news for Megan Murrow, a trainee teacher from California who chose to stay in Wuhan, where she's been confined to her apartment.
I decided that I would be safer locked into my apartment than being on a plane with 200 people.
And now there's another cruise ship sparking fears of a new outbreak. The Westerdam allowed its over 2,000 passengers to disembark in Cambodia after assuring authorities no one was sick. But now an American woman who was on board that ship has tested positive for the virus. Jerika?
All right, Debora Patta for us in Japan. Thank you.